It's a contest video. This one goes out to Mazzy. 500, 600, 700 subs. You know, I don't know. There's a lot of subs going on. So, for whatever, how many ever subs you want there, Mazzy? For 800 subs, we'll say that. The contest is the 1969 contest. For those, if you haven't watched Mazzy's channel, really interesting channel. The man has lots and lots and lots of stories. In fact, he even commuted with Art Garfunkel. They're like this. Interesting stuff. Always has a lot of great fun facts. He was part of the 60s, and thus he has a lot to relate. He's worked with the music industry and photography. So great channel, well worth checking out. He likes jazz a lot, but he likes some other groups even more. So 1969 is the contest, and I have the questions. They're on an envelope. Yeah, that's my normal stationery. I'm watching something. What I got? I got an envelope there. Works. Except I forgot one question, but I got it taken care of. So 1969, I was 10 years old. So what do I really know about 1969? I remember this. At age 10, we had recently moved to Nebraska, and I remember being in the classroom and I watched the moon landing. And that was pretty darn cool. We had the black and white TV. They rolled it into the classroom. We watched that. And that's probably the biggest memory I have from that year. I remember about Woodstock, and my only thought was, that's a lot of dirty people that really need to get a haircut and shower, and oh, how gross is that? The whole Summer of Love thing passed me by, man. I never got it. I mean, I was part of the next generation that goes, hippies, hippies. So hippies are old people. They're a bunch of old people. Don't know nothing about it. Of course, then the next generation says I'm old because I'm from more of the punk era. But there was a lot of great music in '69. In fact, hold on. In my collection, what do I got from 1969? That's 100, 110, 120, 130. I have 145 different albums from 1969 alone. And that's just, you know, and they may be, that's 145 different albums. Now, that could be more because I have it in CD and album, but that's a lot of music from one year. It was a pivotal year. So we're going to go through all this. We're supposed to wear hats during this because Mazzy's about hats, and I don't wear a lot of hats, but it's okay. Nebraska, go Big Red. College football season starting up. Go Huskers. So the back wall, there's a theme there. You'll figure it out. So let's start with the first one, okay? And the very first question was, one album that everyone should own. Boom. How about that album? Everyone should own this. This is Rolling Stones' Let It Bleed. This is a repress. Here's it, you know, there was the Summer of Love, right? But then it kind of came the fall of love in the fall. I mean, things went south fast. This is one of those albums that it's a fighting album. It's an album about, man, screw this, street fighting, man. Is that no Midnight Ramblers on here? You got Silver, Love and Blame, Let It Bleed. I mean, this thing's tough. It's not about love in that, man. It's a hard edge, gotta go, boom, hit you in the face type album. Absolute classic of the Rolling Stone canon. You know, you had, you know, three of them. This was their peak as far as I'm concerned, you know, late 60s into the early 70s, and Let It Bleed led the way. It was a rough, it was a tough album. It definitely wasn't about peace and love. So great album. Need to have this. Everyone should have Let It Bleed in their collection. If you don't, well, you know, go out and buy one. All right, how about this one? Share a record that you would play for someone to put them in the mood. And he didn't say what kind of mood, so we got to have some mood music. So what did I pick for mood music? Boom. All right, now that is some mood music, man. The MC5. Woo, okay. These guys came out. This was kind of the beginning of punk, man. I mean, they were fierce. The White Panther movement. They just, oh my God, it was fast, it was furious, it was in your face. I'm gonna beat the snot out of you kind of music. My God, it went. Love this stuff. This was a special third man pressing that they did only at the Detroit, so it's a really limited pressing. I was lucky, stood in line a long time to get this thing. But I mean, kick out the jams. Holy cow. Kick out the jams, MF. Oh my goodness. Come Together's on here, Rocket Reducer, Borderline. Motor City is burning. Absolutely incredible music. I mean, this puts you in the mood to go break some crap, man. I mean, it just, you want to take a TV set and just bust it up, break some store windows. Probably a lot of people did. They listened to this and went out and began to riot. That's what it puts you in the mood for. It's just a freaking adrenaline rush. Absolutely awesome. Love it. It just, oh, it gets you up and going and excited. Puts you in one hell of a cool mood, you know? Unless you want to make love, then maybe not your best, but it's any kind of mood. And my mood and my whole thing is summer of love ended, baby. It was time to kick out some jams and let's go and kick some ass. So great album there. Next question that we had. Show us an album that you own with beautiful cover art. Wow, beautiful cover art. Well, I tried to think of this. Both those albums are 69. So one of the most beautiful cover art of 1969. Boom, there you go. That is it. Does that thing not look awesomely great? That is the best. Look at that face on there. So, woo! All right. So that's King Crimson. There we go. This is the Court of the Crimson King. I love this piece of art. I mean, just, hello, here we go. Again, 1969, they came out. Schizoid Man's on here. Some very aggressive type music, totally different music. It just took that folk and everything, just kind of wiped it off the face of the earth. This is, we're coming out, we're doing something different. In came Fripp, and away he went. And what a great album. You know, when I was in Puerto Rico before I left, I made a wall mural for somewhat of this. I took this and I used that as my what I looked at to make this huge gigantic poster that filled his wall. It was pretty darn funny, but great stuff. Absolutely awesome album. You could say everyone should have this album too. Well, everyone should have all those albums so far. Nice, aggressive, good stuff. Just began changing. We're going into the 70s and things are changing. Good stuff. All right, how about show an album from a group that you have a lot of, something that's really that you collect and that you have almost all of their stuff. So I went and I pulled something from that they did in 1969, and it is, ta-da! How about that one there? Jethro Tull. This was a little Puerto Rico going on here. This was Jethro Tull's first album. Came out in 1961. You know, some of the members had been in Blood One Pig, but then they did this. This is really blues. This is a nice blues-oriented album. They do have Song for Jeffrey, which has been one of their standards forever, but it introduced us to this group, to the Madman Fluter of Ian Anderson, and it was a great start. They also did, let's see, it's way over there. That year they did Stand Up. That was another one of the albums that they put out. So they put out 2 albums, but this was their debut. I have almost everything Jethro Tull's ever done. Everything in the 70s and the 80s I have on vinyl. Going after that, I have it to CD. I love this group. It was one that I saw way back in, oh golly, I was in probably in 1977 at some concert. My first 1975 was my first Jethro Tull album. So I guess it's called prog rock. I never would have thought that. To me, that was a label. Didn't mean anything. Just an awesome group. So there we go from 1969. And we have This Was by Jethro Tull. Awesome stuff. What else we got? How about, oh, what do we got? Showcasing artists who released their first album in 1969. Well, so let's do that. How about, we're kind of doing this aggressive thing, right? We're changing. We're going into the 70s. 60s is over. 60s is dead, man. It's time. And who better to do that than Iggy and the Stooges? Holy cow, man. Woo! So, Iggy and the Stooges, they put this out. This was, again, one of those monumental albums. It tanked, it sunk, it sucked according to most everybody else. They did not get good, anybody helping with it. But man, this one has I Want to Be Your Dog. Oh my God. You know, that's one of those earworm songs that just gets in your brain and just sticks there. A month or so ago when I got stuck in the airport all night long, all I heard was I Want to Be Your Dog going on in my brain. It wouldn't give, I couldn't get rid of the damn thing. It, again, aggression. This came in your face. We are changing the world. Here comes punk, baby. You know, John Cale, he left the Velvet Underground. He came out and he produced this. And you can hear John Cale in here just on some of that weird stuff that they do, like We Will Fall. I mean, it's just, it's weird. It's out there. Absolutely great stuff. No funds on this thing. What a debut. It said, here comes the 70s. We're changing things, and we're changing things a lot. And that's what this did. Sunk, but now look at it. All-time classic. Again, one of those third man, only at the Detroit factory where they produce these. So really excited to get that. Okay. Then we come to favorite album from 1969. Favorite album. Well, there's a few of them, but my favorite that I decided on was this one there, the Velvet Underground. Love this album. I think it's fantastic. And this is their third album. John Cale had left. Did the Stooges. This changed the Velvet Underground completely. Without Cale, you don't have that stuff that's really far out there, like The Gift, like Heroin. I mean, where it's just noise. In fact, this becomes melodic. Candy Says, Pale Blue Eyes, Jesus. It's a beautiful album. It really is. There's just gorgeous songs on it, and yet the writing, the storytelling's fantastic. And still, there's pimps and it deals with transvestites. It's all in there. It's New York. It's not as aggressive as the other two, but it says times are changing. We're changing and the music's changing. So damn it, get on the bus, here we come. Still didn't do well, which is a shame, because this is a phenomenally good album. You know, when you look at the Velvet Underground, it's commercial, but yet nothing ever happened with it. So that's my pick for there. Then, I think I'm out of hats, man. I'm sure I counted the right amount. Oh well, we're out of hats. So let's go back to... I got more ball caps upstairs, but again, I'm not really a hat man, but gotta support them Huskers, okay? And if you don't like it, Johnny Cash will tell you what there, Mazzy. All right. What are Mazzy's favorite groups? So Mazzy, I guess you must forget. You're getting old. You don't remember, so you want us to remind you. First one we're playing here, and this is from 1969. The Beatles. Okay, and it is Abbey Road. Don't have it on vinyl. I have it in CD, maybe a couple different ways. They made this, and was in the aughts. They came out, they specially redid everything. It's pretty, they made these nice expensive CDs. I bought every one of them of the Beatles. I have very little in vinyl, but I got these super fancy ones. Then, he really likes the Byrds, so I don't have the one that they did in 1969. I think it was the Notorious Byrds, but I have this one. This is a concert live at the Fillmore, February 1969. So it's from 69. I think that counts. Everything's been in 1969. And if that's not worth extra credit, I don't know what is. That back wall, that's pure 1969. Every one of them. Third group, the Kinks, and this one came out. This is actually one of their most famous ones, the Village Green Preservation Society. This one came out in 1969. It had that picture book. Yeah, I never really had this till some commercial was doing picture book, and I go, what is that? Was it a computer company? I forget who did it, and I found it was on this, so I went and bought the CD. So the Kinks. Mazzy, those are your three favorite, and if I got them wrong, that means you're wrong because you forgot. You're getting older, man. It happens. You forget. So there we have it. That's 1969. Back of me. That's some of the all-time greatest albums from 1969. Those are the heavy hitters. There's many, many more. Everything I showed, all 69. So we stayed with the theme. Congratulations on 1,000 subs. I don't know, you might have that by the time you watch this video. So appreciate the contest. I don't even know what you're giving away. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Not really. It's just a fun contest to do. Here to support your channel. Appreciate what you do, Mazzy, and thanks a lot. Everyone else, have a great day. And hey, man, it's about to change. 1970's coming. Get the power, baby. We're going to have a riot going on. Thanks, everyone. Bye.